Hello, this is Omekachi. I'm recording this at like 3 in the morning on my phone. Like, there's not gonna be that much, editing in this video, because, it's just something that I want to get off my chest, and, just simple gameplay footage is enough. So, yeah. I just hope you're having a happy Easter. Hope you'll do pretty good. So, as you might have been aware, I have been changing stuff regarding pronouns around most of my socials right now. There's mostly an absence of the male pronouns he, him. Well, you might be asking, what gives? Why this change? Well, the very simple answer is that I am non-binary. I now go by the pronouns they, them, and what it means for me is that I could probably wear a dress without getting the cold shoulder. It would be really odd for a man to do it, but I know femboys exist. But the whole community, the whole internet community at large is probably just gonna give you the cold shoulder. Not even just the internet, but even modern society is they're probably gonna give you the cold shoulder if you're a femboy. I heard that femboys are pretty frowned upon. But since I'm not in the conventional gender roles, there could probably be a little bit more leeway, since I am outside of the gender binary. So I could be able to rock a dress or rock some cool feminine clothing. But what this truly means for me is that this is just a new chapter in my own identity. It sounds a little bit cheesy, but it is true. I think the idea has started back in 2023-2024 in regards to using they, them, and becoming non-binary. I don't know exactly at the time, but I was I was still considered a boy, but I wouldn't really mind using they as a pronoun. I'd still be a boy, but you can also address me through a neutral sense. It just made a lot of sense, since if you are trying to be respectful and you don't know someone's gender, you would use they, them to address them, because they can either be male or female. It wasn't that far-fetched. It is just common courtesy. Then I've delved into cosplaying. I have done cosplay before. I have done Boyfriend from FNF and a Cat Butler cosplay for my local anime convention. I go to Otafest. But for Otafest 2025, I dressed up as Teto from the song Mesmerizer. I wanted to kind of get out my comfort zone, and I wanted to cross dress, and I felt like that was the closest I can get without getting any looks from my family. And I was ecstatic. Euphoria was an understatement. I was kind of able to fully feel, alive. I was just a diva. It was the feeling that I experienced was not euphoria. It was something that's above euphoria. And it did further help with the decision that I have made. It felt like my femininity was a side that has kind of been suppressed, over time. I have indulged in a lot of girly stuff, And I remember this one vivid childhood memory of me, like, getting a tutu, because I think I was, like, really into Sophia the First. I got myself, like, my mom gave me a tutu, and I was just rocking that. I was, like, strutting it, like, I felt like it was, like, pretty cool. But then it kind of fell off into the wayside a little bit, but yeah, it did fall off the wayside, but now it has come back, like, and now it is more prominent than ever. I think I am probably, like, this takes some time for me to actually say anything, but I think I'm going a little bit off track. I mean, it is relevant, but it isn't as relevant as the info addressed in this video, but it does show some context. Like, yeah, I thought I just liked some, like, girly cartoons like MLP and, like, Pretty Cure, but boy, it was really, it was like way much more. It was like this was, like, really deep. But yeah, by at least, like, mid to late 2025, I fully made the decision that I could go by both he and they, making my pronouns he, they, but I feel like as of now it doesn't really reflect me. Like, I feel like I would want to ditch he and just go by they, because I feel like I don't have to adhere to any, like, gender conformity. I don't have to adhere to the stereotypical binary. I could be able to do whatever I want. Like, if I enjoy doing this, like, I mustn't be limited by the label that I've been put on. Like, if I want to act more feminine, I want to dress more feminine, I should not be haunted by masculinity. Like, I want it to be both masculine and feminine at the same time. Maybe I could just alternate between the two. I didn't really fit into one singular category. Like, it didn't really fit from like, my sex that was assigned to me at birth. I felt like now it just fluctuates, like, from time to time, and him just feels limiting. So that kind of brought me to this decision. I have been somewhat on the fence about this because of my general upbringing. Like, I am Catholic. I am still willing to be Catholic. And it is very prevalent that, like, the people that are in that same religion, and, like, even, like, as, like, a relative of Christianity, there are a lot of people who don't like my kind, who don't like people who are outside of the stereotypical love relationship that the church teaches and is expected in society. The one that is man and woman, and shows the miracle of new life. But if that gets deviated, people are going to bat an eye, and we'll probably judge you. And as a Catholic living as a Catholic in a Catholic family, I have been around people who have been giving me closeted homophobia and were openly homophobic. And the example I wanted to address is my dad, because I feel like my dad specifically would not approve of this. I know my mom would. She has never minded with my sexual orientation or my kind of gender identity, but like I feel like she would still be there to support me, regardless if I was a he, him, or a she, her, or a they, them. But my dad, I feel like he is a good man first and foremost, but I have seen some homophobia from him, and I just wanted to address it because it has somewhat been a little bit painful for me. And yeah, I remember at Odafest getting like a really big pansexual flag. I wanted to hang it somewhere in my room. And the moment my dad saw it, he was kind of like jokingly mad at me. He talked about like how like it was like this like Ukrainian flag, and it just pissed me off. And like I went to a point where I had to where I sent him an article about pansexuality, and like I needed to tell him, like, no, this is wrong. You shouldn't be openly hateful about something. And she tried to justify like this homophobia with like, oh, I'm just preparing you for the real world. I'm preparing for the real world because the world won't be nice to you and won't accept you. I get that, but like you can't just be hateful about something that isn't hurting anybody, especially if it's something like that that goes against the conservative worldview. Because I'm kind of getting a little bit off track, but yeah. It was still considered hateful, and no amount of justification could be able to defend that. It's very ironic that like there's this principle in Christianity called love thy neighbor, and like I don't know the exact quote, but it's literally just love everyone regardless of who they are. And this theme is something that gets mostly repeated in Bible scripture. And yeah, and it's very ironic that this type of hate is being like practiced by a religion that is meant to love. And when I brought up idea of using they, them as pronouns. My dad, I just felt like he was not having it. He was talking about like, oh, how I was his, like, only begotten son, and how he shouldn't change. I was relatively unfazed, and I thought it was, like, bullshit, but I found it very offensive and disheartening. Like, this is my body, this is my vessel, and I can decorate it as much as I'd like, as long as it doesn't hurt me. A simple pronoun change does not like hurt anybody. I can be as gender ambiguous as I want. I can be a woman, I can be a man, I can be anything. And like, my God. It was just things I wanted to address, but I don't want to like dwell on this for so long. So yeah, but so the cinch, yeah. It's just kind of sickening that like loving all as a concept is like a very big theme in Christianity, but that has like a lot of like heavy asterisks. just so like the religion and like the world can be quote unquote pure, and it's just built on a hateful rhetoric. Like I've been taught to like be loving and forgiving to those who have been who have wronged you, even though sometimes giving them instantly loving and forgiving them is somewhat of a bad idea. But like loving people who are like LGBTQ is considered like sinful. It's just baffling. Like I know there are like a lot of other Bible verses that show that love is unending, and love should not be gatekept. This quote from Galatians 3:28 like states my point, my like main point of this well. There is no longer Jew or Greek, there is no longer slave or free. There are no longer male or female, for all of you are one in Christ Jesus. We are one. We deserve love. You will be loved regardless of who you are. You are valid, and like, I don't want people to be brought down by like people who are just willing to hate, saying that they aren't, because that is what happened. That is what happened to me. That is what happened to me, and and I don't want things like that pushing down anyone who's like struggling with identity and questioning themselves. The only one who knows best about you is yourself, and it's all gonna be okay. It's always gonna be a journey. I know this is like both for me and for the person who's watching or like reading this. I don't know why I said read. It's like nobody's gonna read. gonna read the script I'm reading. But it is going to be difficult to tackle. It is a very major change in how I want to identify myself, and I am kind of struggling. Like, I still find it a little bit weird that there are some people that have, like, transitioned to using my new pronouns, like, right then and there, and it just feels weird. But there is just this feeling of warmth that I get from people, like, people, identifying me as, like, how I want to be identified, and it just makes me happy. Like, I know I'll get backlash for this, because, like, there's gonna be people that be like, oh, there's only two genders, and I've addressed this in this video before, or going into this segment. But yeah. Yeah, I don't really care too much. Hate has no home on this channel. Like, racial, like, sexual, like, anything. Like, hate is not tolerated. So, yeah, I hope you can still be able to support me despite this. And it'll take some time to settle. And I just hope you could be able to stay to see what I have in store. And I want you to join me on this new chapter, like genuinely. I want you to join me on this new chapter. I want you to join me. Sorry. I want you to join me. Like, don't know what to say. I just want you to join me on this journey. And I want like all the support for me, like, despite this new change. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I will see you on the flip side, and yeah, love y'all.